it's Libby. I'm here feeling cheerful, but I'm going to talk to you about a not very cheerful topic, and that's your animal's end of life phase or experience. Why do I want to talk about that? Well, the truth is, as a human who decides to share your life with animals, multiple animal companions, you also you're accepting the joy of your shared time together. You're accepting the responsibility to tend to them and care for them and provide them as happy and loving an environment as possible. And you're also accepting the responsibility that you will most likely be their guardian and their guide through the end of life phase, because harsh reality is we live a lot longer than our animal companions. So, you will probably escort quite a few animals through that difficult phase of their life and of your life. I think it's important for people to think about that, not to talk yourself out of living with them, because what's the fun of that? I would never. I just can't even imagine living in my house without several animal companions to keep me company and to teach me lessons. I mean, they're just an essential part of my life experience. The joys of living with animals, to me, very much outweighs the tragedy of losing them. It's just a harsh reality. We live longer than they do. It's a big fear and a big question that people have. They're like, how will I know when the animal's ready? I know you worry that you won't know the right time, or you might wait too long, or you might do it too soon, but your animal is reading you and feeding you information. They're like sending out these little fishing poles at us, or sending us information. And even when you're not aware of how you're getting the information, when you have a knowing in your heart, when you pick up that phone, or when you decide I'm not ready to pick up that phone, your animal is part of that discussion. That's been my experience. And now I'm going to tell you, I'll go back to my personal story with my dog Dash. He was 19. He was deaf. He was blind. My friend was telling me all the time, he doesn't have any joy in his life. And I was saying, you know what? You're not with him all day long. You don't see him in the mornings when it doesn't matter if he's still bumping into walls and, he sleeps a lot. His tail still wags when it's breakfast time. And when I come in the house, he can't see me, he can't hear me, but he can smell me, and he's excited to see me or excited to be with me. So I was going through that period of extreme self-doubt. Like, I'm just not getting messages from Dash. I don't know when it's gonna be time. I don't know, am I being selfish? Is he ready? That whole thing. It even happens to animal communicators. We doubt ourselves. We're not sure because it's our own animal, and we're so emotionally attached. Your emotions are super high. The day that Dash died, I was preparing cat food for the cats, and he was on his bed. He'd been very agitated that morning, and I knew things were tough for him that day. And he had had some seizures in it, before. So I was kind of recognizing the signs of possibly another seizure. But I'm telling you the truth. I went walking past Dash, and I got a piercing headache right here in my left temple. It was like this extreme, like a 3-second, felt like an ice pick just went through my temple. And I knew that wasn't my pain. I didn't have a headache. I knew I'd had plenty of rest. I felt a stabbing pain in my head, and I knew that was Dash. That was Dash's pain. He sent me that, and he said, this is how it feels, and this sucks. And I mean, I'm laughing, but I wasn't laughing at the time. I mean, it was such a strong physical thing. It couldn't have come from anything else. It was there, and then it was gone. And so I spent the rest of that day with him and kind of preparing myself. And I started giving him more painkiller and more painkiller, trying to alleviate the pain, and nothing was helping, and he was really agitated, and I took him in, and we said our goodbyes, and we euthanized him. It was a terrible day, just like it is for anybody and everybody, but wow, it was such a gift, because I'd had those worries. Will I know? Am I being selfish? So anyway, that's just my personal story with Dash. And again, a loving lecture to clients and other people who live with animals. When you're ready, they're ready. When they're not ready, you're not ready. This has been another Lib's Animal Chats.